Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is February 6th. This is video number 2 on the day. I just thought I'd update things because it's still pretty interesting here down across Southern California. You can see this intense band of precipitation that moved up and across the area, really dumping some heavy rainfalls places like Long Beach, Whittier, La Habra, up towards the San Gabriel Mountains. I mean, look at this rainfall here on already incredibly saturated soils. We've already had record rainfall amounts here, and we're just continuing to deluge the area. I mean, there's Lido Creek. You guys have probably seen some of the video coming from some of the higher terrain with all the debris flows and rock slides and everything. We've got to be at an all-time high for landslide potential right now. So I worry about any area that gets parked underneath any of this heavier rain. And you can kind of see it hanging out in places like Malibu and just off to the west. There's Santa Monica here. This is just kind of bubbling up and hanging around as a cyclonic flow, and the turning of the atmosphere is somewhere right off here to the west of Los Angeles. So we're just kind of waiting to see how fast we can get this out of here. We've also had some heavy rain down towards Orange County and San Diego County this morning also, where we had some water spout warnings. We had a tornado warning. We had a tornadic cell potentially come onshore down there also. What a wild storm. So let's look at some of this here on the infrared satellite imagery. And if we go back, you can see some of this water spout potential and that tornado warning that moved near San Diego here and up into the higher terrain. We've also got some thunderstorm activity just off to the east of the Salton Sea right now. That's going to be pushing off to the east and creating some flooding concerns across western Arizona as well. But you can see that rotation here, and this just kind of sitting right on top of Southern California, continuing to bring moderate and heavy rain at times. This should be pushing off, and we should get a bit more northwesterly tomorrow, but we could still have some heavy rain associated with that as well. So now looking at the combination Doppler radars, you can kind of see the mesoscale features here and some of the heavy rain again moving in at times, and how this moderate rain just kind of parking itself here across some of Ventura County towards western Los Angeles County here also. And you saw that very heavy rain come across Orange County and San Diego County this morning also. And this is that convective line now pushing off to the east of the Salton Sea. Some lightning strikes associated with that as well. Now, taking a look, this is just the last 12 hours, you guys. This does not include the previous 2 days where we had record rainfall amounts. I mean, look at this Long Beach, multiple areas up towards 2.5 inches. I mean, this is Whittier, I believe, right there, or La Habra Heights, close to it, over 3 inches. And you've got a lot of area reaching 2+ inches. And this is probably not even taking into account for some areas up here across the San Gabriel Mountains and the higher terrain of that huge swath of heavy rainfall. It'll probably be updating here in the next half an hour or so, but just widespread heavy rain on already record rainfall amounts still ongoing. Put the high resolution rapid refresh into motion, and it shows this kind of hanging out. There's Oxnard again getting some more heavy rainfall. Maybe another shot here for Los Angeles and Orange County down towards San Diego County as we go through later this evening and tonight and through tomorrow. You still see this persistent precipitation showing up all the way down through San Diego County tomorrow as well. Now, looking at the National Plan of Models, it's been underdoing the amount of precipitation that's been falling here across some of Southern California as well. And you can also see some of the heavier precip for western Arizona. Again, I mentioned the flooding concerns out there, but you can see this persistent precipitation going all the way on through tomorrow morning. Finally, we get a tiny bit of a break, maybe, but some of that precip still showing up. Then we get the next system already rolling in here. And I want to caution everybody, this is not a huge atmospheric river. This thing is much more moisture starved. It is not going to bring prolonged, huge precipitation amounts, but things are already so saturated. We've got to be at the tipping point for many areas for some extreme debris flow, landslide, rock slide activity. So it might not take much to kick off some of that action again when this system comes down as we go on in through the day Wednesday and in through Wednesday night through Southern California. After that, it looks like we're going to get a break for a few days, but stick with me as we go through the forecast here today because we've got some interesting signals showing up in the future as well. And in fact, let's look at that starting right now. This is the 12 Zulu run, hot off the presses European model. There is our system now. Again, just kind of sitting and spinning right over Southern California. Then we get that system as we go through Wednesday night. That should be fairly progressive and push through the region. Then we get our break. So we're going to get, what is this? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably still okay. Then we try to bring another frontal system here. So we have some time off here and we get things back in order. You can clean up any rock or debris flows and hopefully, tend to what you need to across some of your areas here across the state of California. I know there's a lot of wind damage, a lot of tree damage out there as well. So hopefully you can get cleaned up there in that week, because we got the jet extension arriving again as we go through the later portion of February. And it's kind of a strong signal for that being that far out. And you can see another storm system after that one as well. So, I just want to caution you to get your ducks in order here. Once we go through this upcoming storm system, probably be rolling out of the area on Thursday. There it is. And then we get probably 6 days off or something like that, so we can clean things up before the next round of El Nino-driven storms approaches the California coastline. And just wanted, again, kind of drive this home. Kingman, Lake Havasu City, you have some flooding concerns tonight. Those convective showers are going to be moving over towards your area, and that's going to be going through this evening. Some lightning and thunderstorm potential with that. Flood watch does include Parker, Blythe, Yuma. You can see it does include Phoenix as well. So, heads up in that. Timing says through this evening and then through Wednesday evening as you go through the Phoenix metro. The gusty winds today probably already ongoing now. Grand Canyon Village, look at 50, 55, and Phoenix gust in. Where's Phoenix at here? All the way down. Not too bad for Phoenix. You can see Flagstaff though, maybe 45. And of course, across the higher trains, even some stronger gusts. Peach Springs gusting about 45 there. The avalanche warning is in effect here for Southwest Utah, so heads up for that. Pretty high avalanche warning right now, avalanche danger out there. So it does exist all the way through 6 a.m. Thursday morning. This is the slight risk again for here today for Los Angeles, San Diego, and that's that western Arizona stuff going on as we go through this evening. And thunderstorm outlook for today. Tomorrow, again, they kind of bumped that up to include some of the Los Angeles metro again tomorrow and Arizona, Four Corners area. But this is that 6-day break or so coming up as we go through February 16th. You can clearly see the below average signal here for much of the West Coast. So that's we want to get things cleaned up here across the state of California, because then the 8 to 14 day, you can see them starting to reintroduce this. And as I updated this when I started the video, it bumped back north again. So confidence is starting to increase in a potentially active pattern as we go on in towards about the February 18th and after time frame right now. And they bumped this up as well, the experimental product that shows the moderate anywhere between the 17th and the 20th. So we'll continue to watch that here. Things can totally still change at this time frame, but model agreement is plenty good. And I'll show you that starting here with the European ensemble mean as of this morning. Here's 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet. You can clearly see the storm system that's been just pounding the state here over the last few days. And then we get that northwest flow driving down that one last system. Then we build the ridge here and we get those several days off. But as we start to extend off into the mid portion of February, look at that jet extension here. El Nino driven jet stream right back into the state of California as we head off into the mid and later portion of February. And that's the European. Now let's look at the 200, I'll show you the 200 millibar wind speed here. This is at 39,000 feet. But if we scroll off into that time frame here, you can see, again, this jet stream powering across the Pacific Ocean here, opening the door to some storm systems returning to California as we go through the February 17th or later time frame, maybe February 18th. Look at the GFS ensemble mean as well. There's our storm. There comes the one out of the northwest there as we go through Thursday. And then good agreement here with building that ridge over a lot of the West Coast. But then you'll also see something similar to what the European was showing as that jet extension really gets ripping across the Pacific Ocean here as we start to look, we're still looking 9-10 days out, but the signal is pretty strong in all the model runs coming up here. And it makes sense with the El Nino ongoing still, strong El Nino. But I just wanted to get this update out here pretty quick. I don't know what else to say about it, but if you are in some of those higher terrain areas across Southern California and it is raining hard, hopefully you know your escape route and you know where to go for high ground. And rock flow, debris flow, big landslides, they are possible, especially if you get parked underneath one of those heavier showers. That is what brings the most dangerous debris flows, is when you get that 5-minute or 15-minute extremely heavy rainfall rate. It can just activate some of those debris flows. And with all the rain we've gotten already, it will not take much at this point. So hopefully everybody is aware and up to date what's going on. Get a radar app for your phone. Get Radar Omega or Radar Scope, or pay attention to the National Weather Service page and have that Doppler radar running on your desktop here if you are in any of these areas. You do not want to be caught off guard. So anyway, we'll do the normal briefing again tomorrow. Hope you guys are having a good rest of your day, and I will